52 factorial is the quick and easy answer for how many times, how many different ways you can deal out cards. Grab your phones. Tell me what that number actually is. Except for Sean, who already has. You might be able to just Google the word 52 space factorial. See, sorry, you got it. It's a lot. It's just, that's a beautiful understatement. Oh, that's titled. It's a 1990s website.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not reading that.
Is that one question I argued with you about?
We are getting a lot. More specific.
Someone I wanted at one point, which is the factorial one, it was that long one, and you said circle the thing, and I didn't circle the one with the exclamation point.
You've held on to this all this time.
Credit for it?
I gave you the points.
No.
Yes, I did. I vaguely don't remember that at all. 52 factorial. What if I just do 52 exclamation? Will it do that for me? Yes.
Yes.
It will. Oh, Sean. Sounds familiar. Something.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd like to do, first of all, that's a little terrifying. Scientific notation.
Yes.
So what I want to do is I want to, 26, we haven't talked about 26 yet. We're going to, I promise. So first of all, take a look at this over here. This is one of our guesses.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was right at the time. I couldn't remember if it was valid.
That's got a few more decimal places in precision. We're going to write this thing down. We're just going to write it down.
7.
Shit. Let's use the rag. You stay there. There we go. We're just going to write it down. 52 factorial. 52 bang. 52 bang. Don't cry. Turn the camera. It's somewhat useful for those playing the home game. Now I'm going to write what it says right there. Then we're going to expand it. 8 point. Give me those numbers. 8 point.
0.
Okay. E and then 67.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate this. I hate this. We've been stuck with that since the 1980s. There was a lot of good things in the 80s. Apparently the Rubik's Cube you all know about. Like 5 of you know about Cindy Lauper. What the hell? And none of you know better off dead. So much to teach you. I hate this. You know what the E stands for?
Exponent.
Who said that? Yes.
Yeah.
It does. Stands for exponent. Exponent on what base?
10.
Good. That's not always super clear. I hate when it's written like this, when it should be written as, I don't know why Google doesn't do this, times 10 to the 67th power. I wish they'd just read it like that, but they don't. We're saddled with this indicated notation. So what is that? I need you to take that decimal point.
Yeah. And move it.
That way,
Yeah, 60.
67 places.
Yeah. Just a few.
Let's do it. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Takes care of 7 of them.
Yeah.
160 more.
Yeah.
No, he's really good. He's doing it.
I think that's 30.
You're gonna need the.
Stop talking, you're making me lose count. 9, 40, I think that was 67 total
And that
spots.
is how many different variations.
Okay, now we go back and put commas in so you can comprehend this for thousands. I know, makes me sick too.
Yeah.
billions,
Yeah.
trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, we have eclipsed Rubik's Cubes, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion, 10 alien, 11 alien. I mean, what the hell is this? Actually, years ago, it might have been the same class I had that one girl in that had the cool D solution. I had a student that took French in high school and knew what this was called. He said it's 8 un vigintillion. He said it was like French accent. So of course then we all feigned smoking a cigarette. Oh. Look at that number, y'all. Look at that number. That is incomprehensibly huge. I'm gonna drop this in your lap. I had a student, last term we were doing this activity, Google this, and send it to me in an email. I haven't had a chance to chase it down yet.
Yes, you could do it.
Actually, not yet. Seeing that number, does that change your opinion about the original claim?
So that should, because it
Does it? I'm curious. Does it change your number about this claim? Or does it change your answer about that claim, seeing that number? You don't have to say yes or no. I'm just curious. Does it make you think differently about the claim now that you've seen that? Maybe a little bit. Some of you might say no, some of you might say yeah. Totally possible. We heard about 26 right
I tried it and it didn't work.
I love that you tried it. The question from before was like, okay, this was a pain in the ass. Going up here, so let's just get halfway and then double it. Let's just get halfway and then double it. And, what did you try, my friend?
I got all the way to, I multiplied all the way down to 26.
Uh-huh.
That means my answer that I got for 26, and I doubled it.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of close, but then you get to where the E is, and it's totally off. So
Give me 1 second here, my dear friend. I'm gonna try to mimic what you did in Excel real quick, if it's okay. So, number of cards, number of deals. Like, those ones, right, yeah? Number of cards. So you went to 26, you said, right? Okay, and if I remember correctly, we started with 1, and then to get the next number, we had to do this number times the number above it, right? Let's check and make sure this works. Yeah, it works good, at least until, that's as far down as we got. Let's see. So that's the pattern we were doing, right? Take that number, multiply it by the one above it, and get that one, and just keep it. We're gonna play with spreadsheets in here eventually. I like spreadsheets. Anybody use spreadsheets? If you're Math 98, I make them, God. Stuff like, yeah. Freaking sheets. I love spreadsheets. They're super helpful for stuff like this. And then we drag that down,
I'm surprised he hasn't.
and it blows up, does it not? I mean, that's a big ass number. Right? That's a big ass number.
Yeah.
But when you compare that number to that one, this is huge. 10 to the 26th power. Hang on. A trillion is 10 to the 12th. A trillion is 4 sets of zeros, yeah? That's 4 sets of trillion.
Yeah.
So this number here is trillion, shit. That's 12 right there, right? That's a trillion.
And that's a trillion.
Trillion. Trillion. Okay, I think I can say this. 80.6, 0.7, I guess. Million, trillion. Whereas that is a paltry 4 trillion, 100. 26, right? 26, 12 would be be a trillion,
Yeah.
12 more would be another trillion, and then the 2 extra would be 100.
Yeah.
That's a big ass number,
Yeah.
but its ass is not as big as this number. This number has a much larger ass. It's exponential, it's actually super exponentially larger than this number here. I'm gonna drop this in your lap now, and we're gonna give you something to take home and ponder this between now and Wednesday. Last term, I had a student, we did this, and he went Googling online looking for some way to really comprehend. These numbers are stupid. And I haven't fact checked this yet. We might do it as a warm-up on Wednesday. He said, he's like, I now believe the claim. He believed the claim. This one right here. He believed this because the only counter I ever hear to this claim is, there's been so many decks of cards being shuffled for so many hundreds of years that it's just too hard to believe that one hasn't happened in the same place in the same time. And here's where it gets interesting. The reason this is so hard to believe is because that number is so hard to process. That number is so much bigger than anything you can comprehend. When he Googled it online, he said, getting a repeated order somewhere would be like randomly selecting a location in the universe and it landing on you. That's how big that number is. And I haven't fact-checked that one yet. I did fact-check your claim earlier about all the decks of cards. I built the homework. I kind of predicted it was going to happen. So I built your homework based on that. We do some assumptions about how many decks of cards there are out there in the world, or how many there have been out there in the world since the beginning of time. Like that later on. But, well, Math 105. Yeah. Okay? All right. So, warm-ups. We're going to start every day with one of those bad boys. I don't care what you put on those warm-ups today. We'll collect them. We're also going to take a break in about 30 seconds because we have to take a break to get out of this room. Get some air in this room. It's hotter than hell in here right now. Probably cold as hell over there. Somewhere in the middle of this room, this feels just right. All right, so let's do this. Let's agree upon a spot we're going to turn stuff in. Never haven't taught this room in years. Where's a good place to try? How about this little thing right here? How's that? Sound good? Let's take 5, take a break. Come back, please. So I can check you all in. Drop me, thank you. Drop your warm-ups there. Oh my God.
It's the one in back.
You know what he did?
Never planned.
He went to New Zealand. Well, no, going there in May.
But it's still.
Oh, sure.
I did.
Jamie and Matt Carson.
I have 2 up there. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for your camera help. Hopefully it's helpful for folks who couldn't make it.
I'm pretty sure you told me like.
Your art.
My math still doesn't have that plan.
I say, oh, it's my dad.
And I said, hey, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
true.
it's like Eric Griffin.
But I completely get it though, like, super.
Yeah, I know the big middle.
No, your dad ate it.
Well, I think I told you the first time
Like,
we interacted, my first day of class, and I was walking back to my office, and he smacked all my stuff out. I'm not sure what I'm like, okay, pick all that up now. And he was like, and that's how we met. We hit it off right
no,
away.
I checked the camera.
Not this one.
Hi. Yes. You are? You all sit down, you'll be fine. I'll get you on that. Yes, don't worry about it. This room's big enough to put you on. I think I got like 2 or 3 people. They should be 2. So we'll get you. Don't worry. We'll get you all squared away when we come back.
No. Yeah, it hurt bad. I mean, I won't like this. No, mean, I thought that was already last year.
For mine, I don't have criminal justice. Oh, really? Like, what's the downside? Because I know there's a lot of pros, but like, just like ties of like. What do you want to be?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's sick. Oh my god. I'm really I took Bio 101, I did it online, and I can really check out the entire thing. I like literally don't remember what we learned, but I didn't memorize it. So it's possible that like it just depends on the teacher too.
No, when I did intern, I was a terrible teacher. I mean, it's nice. I really love it. I've been able to take my other math class until he took this class. I literally just been looking like, what's he teaching me? And then like when I saw the class, I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'll go there and cry. This class, I was like, please don't make me take it.
I predicted that.
And then you did like the main finance piece was like so they take one and then you get a piece in class with a partner. And then there was like a 10-question and then the average of those scores together. Oh my god. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I literally to make sure that it was in a dirty room.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard this.
One of those.
This term is way better. Individual and partner. Which we do it. I don't know why it's partner unless it's that smart. In which case I'm
A few of you are on the wait list. I'll get you in. Don't worry about that. You may have to go after class. The computer's gonna roll. We'll get you in. Got room. You're all sitting. It's not a fire code violation. Let me just check in those of you that are on the list right now. Dominic. Dominic, face. Dominic. Oh wait, that's Sean. No, Dominic. It's Dominic. Maggie. Michaela. Michaela. Borgia. Michaela. You know Michaela?
right here.
Oh, there you are. Sorry.
No, you're
8 is here. Lagan. Did I say that right? Lagan, awesome. Ella.
Here.
It's right there. Thank you, Ella. Nico's here. Mary will be here. Dallas. Here. There's Dallas. Excellent. Logan. Dawson. Logan. Joey's here. James.
Yeah.
James is right here. Logan Fry. Logan's right there. Awesome. Patrick. Gleason. Patrick. Christian. Gleffy? Gleff?
Yep, you got it right.
With an E on the end or no?
Lefty, yeah.
Gleffy. Got it. Got it. What is that?
German.
Shit. I'm trying to think of other words.
I've never ever found anyone that has the same last name.
No, I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of the German word. I took 4 years of German in high school. And I'm trying to think of another word that has the FFE ending.
I did like Ancestry.com and stuff.
Yes.
There's been many ways it's been spelled. There was a Gleave, there was a Glevering,
Yes.
a Gleave, it's been spelled like 5
I just, speaking of that, that's interesting. I was listening to a podcast over the break about how oral history gets handed down,
Yeah.
about how good, like, Ellis Island immigrants had it as just off the boat. You know, they came over, made a bunch of money, and it turns out a lot of the oral history is wrong. And the names were not shortened at Ellis Island, they were shortened later by, like, oh, the Ellis Island people couldn't pronounce our name, so they shortened it, and that's not at all what happened. Interesting.
I was able to trace my family line back to like 1737.
Wow.
I was from like Prussia.
That's so cool. I love when you come from countries that don't exist anymore. It's so awesome. All right. Okay, what was it? Christian, there you are. Madison.
Here.
Hello, Madison.
Like, I'm just scared that I need too much information.
Gage. Here. There's Gage. Excellent. Yeah. Cesar's here. TJ. Here. TJ, thank you. Jamie. Jamie's there. John. Lee. Yep. John. Jesse Lopez. Jesse.
Jesse.
Awesome. Colette. Hello, Colette. Jesse is here. Brody.
Right.
Oh, we got 2 Brodies. We got Brody.
No, I misheard that one.
Oh, it's all good. Well, it couldn't be my voice.
Probably right.
Brody's here. Brogan.
That's me.
There we go.
Yeah.
Gotcha, baby. Steph's here. Fabiola.
Here.
Hi. Matthew Shotton. Is that a good German name? Oh. Check it with Matthew later. What a pen that writes. About a second pen that writes. There we go. Ivy. Hello, Ivy. Becky. Hello, Becky. Piper's here. And Ashley's here. All right. Anybody didn't call? I'm guessing you're waitlisted. After class, we'll get together and we'll get you in. Okay, you're all sitting down. That's all I need. So the fire marshal doesn't get pissed off at us. And I'll learn your names over the next couple weeks. This is one of the reasons it's a very paper-driven class, which pisses off my colleagues. I tend to build stuff for other people. Like I built Math 98 and hand it off to people. And my colleagues are like, Jesus God, you use so much paper. But a lot of it's I can help learn your names. If I'm constantly handing things back to you, I'm constantly saying your names. It helps me learn them quickly. So, and I like learning things as quick as I possibly can. So, be patient with me as I learn them. I'm getting excited to know you. All right, I gave you all a syllabus up here. Let's just go through this bad boy. Make sure that nothing is unclear when you walk out of here. That was a stupid statement. Of course, these things are unclear. You're not going to have complete clarity walking out here on the first day. That's a pipe dream. But you can always ask if something confuses you. Please do, okay? If you've had me in class before, you know. Just ask. Please ask. Anything at all. Okay, everybody got a copy of this? Everybody has a hard copy in front of us? Awesome. My office is literally 52 feet that way or something. It's right around the corner. It's perfect. Because we're tight. Phone numbers there, web, whatever. Zoom meetings. So the office hours, I've got them set at 4 to 5 on Mondays and Wednesdays, so we're done at 3. And I'm going to skedaddle over there after we get all your questions. Stay around as long as you need to after class to ask questions. And then I'm going to skedaddle over there and fire up a Zoom, so that way my online kids can pop in, but you can also just go over there with me if you have more questions that you need me to answer in an hour. Tuesdays and Thursdays, which I don't know what your schedule's like on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I try to just mix it up a little bit for all my students because I know that everybody's schedule's a little different. To get into Zoom, if this works better for you, it's my office phone number and the passcode is just my name with a capital S. I just realized it's an hour and 10 minutes in the class and, hi, I'm Sean. Jesus. Hi, how y'all doing? Math 105, I hope. Class. Been teaching you math for an hour and 15 minutes. Bueno. Yeah, hi, Sean, good to have you. Oh, actually, while we're introducing ourselves, give me some majors. What are y'all studying? What are you studying? Nico, what are you studying? Remind me again. Business, got you. Are you going for that transfer degree here?
I believe so, yes.
You believe so? Talk about your class. Is anybody else in business as well as Nico? Chat with me after class, if that's okay.
Okay.
I want to look at your degrees in particular.
Sure.
Here at COCC. I used to advise business, that's one of the reasons I'm bringing that up. Nursing students, there's gotta be some nurses in here, right? Yeah, we got some nursing students, yep. One of the reasons 105 exists is because of nursing students, yeah. Nursing, perfect, yes. Let me guess. Psychology. Nope. Sociology. Ha! There you are. Sociology, okay, let me, outdoor leadership. Damn it. How many guesses do I get? Voted off the island. Hang on. History. Literature or writing or something along those lines. There we go. Oh, I got you. Who haven't I guessed yet? Whose majors haven't I guessed yet? Oh, undeclared. Who's undeclared? It's gotta be a couple people, right? Undeclared. Or just general transfer. Maybe a couple of them. Okay, a couple of you. All right, hands up if I haven't guessed you yet. Hands up if I haven't guessed. Oh, God bless us. All right, just tell me, Journey.
Criminal justice.
CJ! Yeah, that's such an obvious one. Where are my CJ majors? Such an obvious one. All right, give me another one. Tell me your name again, too. James.
Aviation.
Oh! I would have never guessed that one. What'd you think, 105?
Yeah.
I would have guessed 102.
1, 2, 1, 5, 11.
Really? Man, alive, that's interesting to me. That's cool. Is there any other aviation folks? No? Okay. What else we got? Yeah.
Fire science.
Fire science, Johnny. Fire science, folks. I keep forgetting fire science gets put into 105.
And paramedicine.
What I'm missing is leaving next year. We'll say again?
And paramedicine. Fire
And
science.
paramedicine, yeah. Does John do that one too, or is it somebody else?
No, that is
Shocking.
Dave. Yeah.
Shut. However you say his last name. That's how I say it. Shut. Remember this Johnny. He's a solid human.
They're both leaving.
Yeah, they're both retiring.
Chape's leaving too.
Yeah, Dave's retiring.
Jesus. I'm sad. Not really. I'm here with y'all. It's all good. All right. Who else haven't I guessed yet? Who else? Let me hear some more. Jessica, what are you? Your art. Duh. What is that?
Jordan Ball counseling.
Oh my God, that makes perfect sense. Yes, makes perfect sense. Who else?
Human development and family sciences.
Again, makes HDFS, makes perfect sense as well. I had a discussion with somebody over at OSU about this, about the math requirements recently, and I'm totally drawing a blank. It was last fall, which feels like it was 3.5 years ago. Is this the weirdest year, or what? This is 2023-24 academic year. Other majors I haven't heard from yet.
Biology.
Ooh, let's talk after class. You might need 111 and not 105. Let's talk. And I'd rather that's why I'm looking at business folks too. I want to get you routed into classes I know you need. Bio, I'm 99% sure you want 111. Business, I'm like 95%. And that's why I want to chat with y'all. Any other bio majors? Anybody else? Yeah.
Arts.
Yep, perfect. 105 is perfect for art, absolutely. Basically 105 is quantitative literacy, which is a pre-stat course. It's designed, it doesn't have to go to stats, but I rewrote it 10 years ago so that it's a foothold into a stats class. For a long time, people were going into stats classes, coming out of algebra classes, and they were getting stats and going like, what the hell is this all about? What is an average? What is a spreadsheet? What is this? So I designed a course that would kind of more seamlessly let you into a class like Stat 243, Math 244, stuff like that. The state caught on like 2 years later And not because of what I was doing, I just happened to be doing it at the same time. They were thinking about doing it independently, which is actually kind of cool. Like my boss came, he's like, I got bad news for you. You gotta read your 105. He put the thing down, I'm like, no, that's what I already do. He's like, how did you know that? I'm like, and then he left. I'm like, what the hell happened after that? All right, so I want to talk to bio and business after class and my waitlisted people. Everybody else, let's just keep going through the syllabus. All right. Talk about that. Yeah, prerequisites as far as that goes. I didn't get a chance to look at you guys' prereqs, but I know a lot of you took 98 with me, which is awesome. If you took 95, that's totally fine too, math 95, or if you placed into 105, obviously. And then we just talked about that. We're going to chat with some of you after class. Is that spelled? Is program spelled wrong?
No, that's a grammar marking, not a spelling marking.
Huh. What's it suggesting? Not right, is it? There shouldn't be a comma there.
I don't
We're
know.
English people.
I learned
I barely speak
I
English.
learned grammar rules and then it just went
Yeah.
out the other side.
It's a Catholic school, so we got all kinds of I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, great. Let's go through the class. So, Jesus. Good sound in here. It's all coming back now. So every day we start with 1. We'll start with 1. I got a phone plan for Wednesday already, based on Dick's cards and what we did today. 5 points apiece. If you get here late, don't worry. They don't count it. There's going to be a lot of overlap between this and if you had me at 98 or other classes before, very similar in some of those ways. So warm-ups, if you miss them, they don't count as zeros. So if you get here like 20 minutes late one day, we write on the warm-up, don't worry about it. It's like it doesn't exist for you, if that makes sense. Hopefully that's fair. Okay. Homeworks, I will give you a homework each day. I have one prepped. I kind of figured that some of the comments, we were going to get some of the comments we got based on the decks of cards. So I built a homework based on what I thought we were going to ask, and a bunch of you did, and some of you might be thinking of it too. So I'm going to send you home with that today. You're going to crunch through that. And a lot of it is about a wonderful topic from Math 98 called dimensional analysis. Yes, who remembers that and how wonderful it is? Ella, you better say yes. I'm kidding, Ella, you don't have to say yes. Who remembers what that was from Math 98? Anybody?
I still have all my homework from 98.
Oh my
that
God.
I was given
You know what
back.
that's worth?
I've kept it all, so this stuff.
That will come in handy. Actually, speaking of that, did you hear that? Oh shit, it's coming back. Oh baby.
Oh no.
It's not bad yet. It's not like a T-Rex. If anybody needs, if you'll hear me talk about Math 98 topics like dimensional analysis, unit fractions, things like that, I've taught 98 online, and I've got extra resources for a lot of those topics. So if anybody finds themselves needing those, just send me a note, and I can just send you the stuff I've got for that online course. It's not part of 105, but it might be helpful for you. So dimensional analysis, in case you, Joey, what do you remember about it?
It's vague at the moment
remember I
because I
passed
skipped
the
the term.
course.
I skipped the term, so it's vague right now, but I have all my homework.
How many feet are in a mile? That is dimensional analysis. How many feet are in a 5K running race? Don't answer that question. We could figure it out though, using more topics of dimensional analysis. James? Yeah. Thank you, James. Yes. So dimensional analysis is being able to convert from one quantity to another. I find it to be an important topic for a whole host of reasons. Just being able to get, I had to fly back to Delaware recently. I flew to Salt Lake City. Have you ever been to Salt Lake City in the past couple years? Has anybody been there in the past couple years? Did you see the Salt Lake? It's getting harder and harder to find because it's losing water at insane rates. The last article I read said it is losing 1.2 million acre feet of water every year. To put that number in perspective, can anybody close your eyes and picture Wikiup Reservoir? If you can, if you've never been there, you might not be able to. But picture Wickiup Reservoir on the Cascade Lakes Highway. Picture it full, which is very hard to do because it's very rarely full anymore. Full Wickiup Reservoir is 200,000 acre feet. The Salt Lake is losing 6 of those every year. Right? That's staggering. If it continues, do you know how many years until it's gone? If that continues. Well, if two things. If it continues and if that figure is correct. I haven't been able to find the paper that figure came from. It was in Nature magazine, so I'm tempted to believe it. If that continues, you know how much longer till the Great Salt Lake is gone? Take a guess. 5. Anybody else?
10 years?
Between 5 and 10 years. Between 5 and 10. Between 5 and 10, if that rate of loss continues. Why is this a problem? It's a big puddle with salt water in it. Why is that a problem? Why is that a
Rain
problem?
at the bottom of the salt lake is very toxic.
Yes, it's full of, I believe, mercury, is that correct?
Yeah, it's like
Arsenic?
heavy alkaline.
Yes,
Pretty nasty.
which, if it dries out, then becomes airborne and poisons the air around Salt Lake, which is just one of the largest growing metropolitan areas in the entire country right now.
Yeah. Alright.
So,
No big deal.
yeah, but the reason we're able to figure out things like how long till it's gone is from dimensional analysis. You can take rates and convert them to times, given certain conversion factors. It's a super, your homework tonight that you'll come back on Wednesday with has some dimensional analysis in it. I don't call it that, I just say do this, and that does this, and do this, and that does this. And I'm gonna give you a project to take home with you, what we do for a couple of weeks, which is all just practice for dimensional analysis. Being able to go back and forth between conversions. It's some of the most useful math, I think, out there in the world today. And people think it's magic. I once talked to the art teacher, Bill Kravis. Those of you that are art majors, did you know Bill? Jessica, did you know Bill before he left? Bill Kravis? Yeah. He was already gone. I once, remember in Math 98, we did the problem, if you took every human being and put them into every human being on Earth, and put them in Texas, how much room would they have? Remember that one, Ada? This might be hard to believe. You can take every human being on Earth, they'd all fit in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how much space they'd have around them? About this room's worth.
What?
Uh-huh. Isn't that mind-boggling? You could take every 8 billion people on Earth, put them in Texas, and if you spread them out evenly, they'd have this much space per. The art teacher from 3 years ago said, that's bullshit. And I did the math for him, he's like, that's voodoo witchcraft. I'm like, that's multiplication, bro. Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And it's kind of like that number, where it's like, these numbers are just so big. If anybody doesn't believe me, hang out after class for like 5 minutes, we'll do the math together, we'll fun. I love it, it's a fun problem. Everybody on Earth fits in Texas, talk to me,
Why did we decide to go with Texas?
the name or the
The
location?
state to figure the problem out in? Like, why in Texas?
Somebody, I don't know, somebody asked me years ago, and it was, I guess because, Texas. I don't know, honestly, I have no idea why Texas, no disrespect to Texas, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, I just,
50 states, Texas.
yeah, why not California?
Bigger states, I mean.
Yeah, it's not even the biggest state, right? Alaska's the biggest state. That'd be more space to fill them out with, right? Think about it. Because usually they talk about an area, not getting sidetracked. Let's go back to some of us. We're getting sidetracked. This is easy for Sean to get sidetracked. All right. So homeworks. Yep. Give you one each day. Do the next day. Projects. I'm gonna give it to you right now. This is not due. Let's say week 3. I'm gonna give you a copy of this thing right now. Grab a copy. Give it to your neighbors. Just take a quick peek at this. You guys do I love this. I'll tell you. When we play Wednesday. Yes. I actually got a question about it today. Yes. And I'm going to come back to that later because I want to bring that question up. You got it, my friend. Ooh, that's sweet.
No.
There you go, my friend. All right, so this looks worse than it is. Clarence from asking. Sure.
was to like coach us out, so when it is
I
like.
love him so much. All right. I mean, just enough copies. Okay, so this project, it's a bit reedy. You do not have to read all of it. I wasn't sure what your math background was coming into this. So I gave you lots and lots and lots of examples throughout the beginning part of it. The stuff you have to do is on the back page. What you got, Steph?
Is this a lab or a project?
It's a project. They're all, what's it say, lab or project?
This is project.
It says project, yeah, they're projects. In 98, I called them labs, I don't know why.
You put this calcium hardware problem in this one too?
What's that?
The calcium hardness.
Oh, did I use that in 98 as well?
Yeah, you
Oh, I
used it
don't-
in project.
I recycle
Renegades.
problems sometimes, that's a fun one. Means you get it right. This is not gonna be due till week 3. Let's pick a date. Let's pick a date.
It is, but.
Let's pick a date when this thing's due.
That's what you did the
Last day of the year.
Wednesday at week 3, is that what I heard? Hang on. All right, let's go with time and date. All right, so we are in April. Oh my God, it's April. It's April Fool's Day.
What a joke to start the term today.
That whole thing, what a joke.
Oh my God,
How did April Fool's start? How did April Fool's start? Am I know? So weird. Anyway, shenanigans. Okay, so we're here. That's Wednesday. How about the 17th? Make the 17th. Let's make this thing do the 17th. There we go. When are you going to work on this? That's a good answer. Absolutely, yes. 16th, midnight. That's pretty much the entire date range right there. From tonight till the 16th.
6 hours before it's due.
12:30 p.m. Day is 2.
Yup.
Right when I get into class.
Right when I get to class, I'm gonna start adding this in. Please realize the questions are on the last page.
We just turned it in.
The first few pages are just me working problems for problems that I've encountered over my math career, so to speak. Thanks for recording, John.
I have no
Little red
idea.
light. Is it-
Yeah, I think there is.
Yep, I think we're good. Yeah, the battery's almost dead. Okay, all we're doing is syllabus, so you can check it out later, and I'm sorry I'm so close to the camera. It's that much bigger, that close. Okay, so who could you ask for help on projects? Sean. Yes, you may. You can email me. You can stay after class. Pop in office hours. Who else can you? Goodness. It was getting better there for a second, wasn't it? Yes, talk to your classmates. Yes, talk to your classmates, please. One of the things I like about these desks, you can kind of like put your head together and those ideas. I think it's very, very good. Who else can you ask besides classmates and me? Yes, Piper asked that question earlier. Ask tutoring. They know me down there. They know how to teach. They know I'm not going to lock you into a resource. They also won't tell you answers. They'll guide you. Yes, they'll guide you towards answers. I'm going to recommend against ChatGPT just because I don't think it's that good yet. I mean, you can try. Yeah, totally. I actually ask you to Google things sometimes. I mean, one of the questions on there, Joey just saw it, the calcium harness question, you actually have to know part of the answer for that. Because that's a resource you should be using. Yeah, absolutely. Who else? Tutors, me, they all are. Ready to go on the street? I got math on the away from the bench. Yeah. Please. Just pop in.
You just pop in or you can spend on
Do they still have the cans?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just grab the can, you sit at a table, you flip it to green if you're all set, and red if you need help, they'll walk over, on red, walk over, and flip it back.
Question for you, Ivy. Do they still have the blue, yellow cans, or did they kill that?
I think it's just the red and the green.
They used to have red and green for STEM math, and blue and yellow for quant lit
I
math.
think they ask you what you're working on.
There you go. That's what the cans were supposed to be, a preemptive kind of strike against the question. I'd rather they talk to you, maybe that's better, rather than just making it impersonal. All right, good. So use your resources. And if I may recommend, if you're working at home on something, if you get stuck, fire me an email first and then try a different resource. As soon as I get it, I'll respond back to you, and your response might be, I'm good, I gotta take care of it. So, that's totally fine. I don't want you, sitting there freaking out because you can't do something and feeling you're all alone. I don't want that. Math anxiety is real, and I try to fight that as best I can. I don't want this to feel like, yeah, I don't want that bubbling up feeling that so many students, especially just get a pill for that. Doesn't exist yet, so. We'll try, I would love that, give you an injection or something, but we can't legally for like reason. Okay, let's get back to the calendar. Exams, okay, so the department makes me give you in-class exams. But, they didn't say I couldn't also give you take-home parts of that exam, which I think Jackie did in '98, right? Ella, yes, I did too. So here's what we do. In week 6, we'll have exam 1. And at the end of the term in June, we'll have exam 2. But just like we did in '98, I'm gonna give you a take-home section first. I'm gonna try to have that done by next week, if I can. Fingers crossed I get it done by next week, which gives you weeks to have it and weeks to work on it outside of class. Same thing as projects, same thing as homework, everything. Work on it, use your resources, ask me if you get stuck. I try to make them so that you don't need to use other resources, but that does not mean I don't want you to use other resources. Does that kind of make sense? I want you to feel a little bit self-contained, but I don't want to ever deny you the resources you might need. And start with me for that. So the take-home part of the half of the value, in the past in '98, I did this at 105 last term actually. The day of the exam, which I think is going to be Wednesday of week 6, what I did in '98, I think this worked, tell me if it didn't actually. I give you the option to partner up with one other person. So you could do half of the remaining 50 points